Hello! Welcome back. We haven't posted a video for a while.
In like 4 weeks. It's been like probably a month.
It's been a year. We didn't post.
We didn't post since last year.
We have a couple of reasons. Do you want to say those or just?
I'll talk about them after. So towards the end of the video, if you're interested in why we haven't been uploading videos, we'll talk about it then. That way, if you're not interested, we won't bore you with them now. But we'll talk about that later.
But we're back now.
We're back.
And we don't know if we're going to be weekly posting again. We're just going to kind of post when we have a good video.
Yeah, we want to try to focus more on quality instead of quantity. Anyways.
This video, we're going to talk about those past decade.
Yeah, so because it just turned 2020, we're going to show pictures and videos and stuff from our lives in the past 10 years.
Starting with 2010.
So this is when I was, how old was I back then?
14.
I would have been 14 in this picture. And I don't even know when like this picture was, but like.
It looks like you're wearing no pants, kind of.
It looks like I'm wearing no pants.
Sun.
And that's my soccer shirt too. So I was playing soccer. I did soccer for like, I don't know how many years, like 9 or 10 years.
You don't have braces on yet, right?
Yeah, I didn't have braces on quite yet.
He had to have braces. I never had braces.
I think in some of the other pictures, you'll see me with braces. So that's embarrassing. But then, this was also the year that I started Island Park Scout Camp. And so this picture right here is when I was working up there. And these are a couple of my closer friends that I had at the time. Not all of them, obviously, but just some of them. I have most of my friends nowadays, not all, but most of my friends are from camp. The ones that I still have contact with and stuff. So, and then this is another kid from camp when we were at camp. This is Jonathan.
He was he your best? No, he wasn't your best.
He wasn't my best man, but he was one of my groomsmen.
Yeah.
If you look in the videos and the pictures and stuff, the one with the cast, that was him. Yeah, so then these ones are hers from 2010.
So this first picture, that's my family. Except my mom. She's probably taking the picture. I am the one in the middle with the braids. Probably have an arrow pointed to it. This is our first camping trip we ever took as a family. I think it was at Palisades in Idaho. And it was fun. This is, I think this is 2010. This was when me and my family went to St. George, Utah. And we just had like a family photo shoot. It was a family reunion and we all had matching shirts. There's nothing really else to say about that.
Fun! So then this next picture is another camp picture when this is where she worked at the camp actually, obviously years later. So my second year at camp, I got permission from all the camp leaders and stuff to allow my family to come up here and go on hike hope, which is like it's kind of like an obstacle course, way like 30 feet up in the air. Which this is me and my older brother up there doing one of the elements. So I was in 8th grade, and then my older sister, the one on the left, and then my little sister, Brooklyn, she would have been in like 6th grade in that picture, and then Erin was in high school. I think she would have been a sophomore.
His little sister has a YouTube channel too.
Yeah.
We can link her down below.
Yeah, so Brooklyn is the one with the YouTube channel.
She's getting married soon too.
Yeah, she's getting married in June. But yeah, this was me. I find this picture so surprising, like how much taller I was than Erin. Like I was in 8th grade and Erin was halfway through high school. And that's how much taller than her I was. But the next picture is, again, of my family. And I look super nerdy as always. I hadn't hit my growth spurts yet.
Was this when you went to Oregon?
No, this wasn't Oregon. I think this was somewhere up in Canada, I think. But I'm not 100% sure.
His mom's from Canada, for people that don't know.
My mom is Canadian. My dad's from down here in the States. So we go and visit Canada a lot, which you haven't come yet, but we plan on it.
So 2011, for me, that's when I started piano lessons. and I had nerdy glasses and a nerdy outfit. But this is one of my piano recitals or festivals or something, and I just started piano lessons. I took piano lessons for a while. I don't remember how long, like 5 years probably. I don't know. But I always did recitals and festivals, and I just had fun with piano. I don't usually play anymore. Oh, that's another piano picture.
So
I had 2 different piano teachers, and that's me and my sisters. I'm the one with the headband looking like a weirdo.
You definitely have grown up a lot.
Yeah, at least I didn't have to have braces.
So then the next year was when I started high school.
2012.
2012. And then this picture is me in track. This was me doing high jump. And so it's not really like a good picture of me, but I couldn't find very many of me doing track. So I started off doing high jump, and I was okay at it, but I never really got good at it. But then Erin started pole vaulting when she was in high school, and so she got me into that, so I started pole vaulting as well, which I did much better at. This is my brother Colton. He was going on his mission. He went to Rapid City, South Dakota or North Dakota? Whatever Dakota Rapid City is in. So this was, I think, the day of his farewell. And then this was just a family photo at the time.
This is me on my 2012 birthday. This is the year that I got a surprise brother.
Surprise, brother.
Yeah.
So this was 2013. This is when I feel like I started to grow up this year.
This is when you were 17. So.
Yeah, so I was 17 that year. And this was my Eagle Scout project.
Do you have braces yet?
I don't know. I might have had braces.
Okay.
This was my Eagle Scout project, and what it is so this property was the summer before this, they had just built a new community center. And so I came along and I dug that little pit right there. We planted a flagpole in the middle, and then there's 3 dwarf bushes. You can see 2 of them in this picture, planted in it, and then it's covered with white gravel. And it's this really fancy looking flagpole. This one, I'm not gonna go too much into detail about this one, because I don't know how much they want this story to be put out there. I think Brooklyn has a video on it on her channel. But I was at home one day, and it was pretty late at night. It was probably about 10 or 11 at night, and the phone rings, and so I go out and answer it. And it was my mom on the other side, and she said that she had been in an accident. And my mom and my little sister and a couple other girls were on their way home from dance, and they had gotten into a really bad accident. And so this picture is me at the hospital.
This is when my dad finally let me drive the lawnmower. I wanted to ride this thing for so long. Ever since I was a kid, like, I don't remember how old I was, but I was 6, and I wanted to be 16 so I could drive my grandpa's truck for some reason. And so then when I finally got to ride the lawnmower, that was like the first thing I actually got to drive, and I was just so excited. Which is funny because I waited so long to get my license. This is me and my older sister going to high school together. We only went to high school together for 1 year, I think. This is her senior year and my sophomore year. And then this is one of my birthday parties that I had, and it's just some of my friends and my cousin and my sister. And I just feel like that year I just was with my friends a lot.
I had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So then this next picture this was when I was a sophomore in high school. This is a little snippet taken out of the local newspaper. They had taken a picture of me and put it in the newspaper of me pole vaulting. Next one was at my birthday, same year. Yeah, it's a birthday picture. Nothing really special about that. But this was at my Eagle Scout ceremony when I got awarded my Eagle Scout. So I had done it the summer before, and then I had neglected all the paperwork and stuff on it for like all winter long and most of the next summer. And so then I got it in the next year, 2014. Again, my older brother and me, and
then this is me with my favorite prince. We made a goal this day because this was like our 3rd day in Disneyland or something. But we made a goal to see a lot of the characters, and that morning we kind of looked at, they had this list in our condo of characters and kind of where they hang out, and it said Flynn Rider's a roaming character. He doesn't have a spot, he just kind of roams, and so I really wanted to see him because he's my favorite prince, and I found him. So it was really cool, so we got this picture with him. And then this is me with Captain America and my sisters. And Brysen says I'm doing a weird salute thing, but I don't think.
So then the next year, 2015, I graduated.
Woohoo!
So
You did it!
Surprisingly. There was a couple times when my parents didn't think I was gonna. So the summer afterwards, me and my cousin and one of his friends went down to Arizona, and it was a perfect opportunity for me because I was interested in this music school. And so I found this school and I was looking into it, and then when we went down to Arizona, I got a chance to tour the school. And after I got back from that trip, I applied, and this was my acceptance letter. So I got accepted into the school, and then this happened. That next winter, I wrapped my car around a telephone pole. And because of that, I wasn't able to go to the school. But if that hadn't have happened, I would have moved to Arizona, and we would never would have met.
In 2015 for me, that's when I started working at Pizza Hut, and that's a big deal because Brysen was working at Pizza Hut, and that's what
I was doing when I wrapped the car on the pole.
Yeah,
I was delivering pizza.
So this is, my brothers always love to dress up in my Pizza Hut clothes. So this is me working at Pizza Hut. Oh, that's me wearing one of Brysen's sweaters. And then this was one of our first dates. We actually don't have a picture of our first date that we went on because we were awkward. But this is the same place. You can't really tell. You can kind of see hay in the background. But we went to a straw maze. I don't think it was haunted when we went.
No, it wasn't haunted when we went the first time.
Yeah, but we went on a double date with one of his friends and our coworker at Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Both of our coworkers actually. To the straw maze. 2016. This is when I graduated.
Yeah. I had told Allysa that, so I was working 2 jobs at this time,
Yeah.
and I said that I wasn't able to get off work for one of the jobs. They weren't able to let me off work, and so I was just gonna work both jobs. I told her that I can't get it off work, so I wasn't gonna come. I lied. I was able to get both of them off work, no problem. And so then I showed up, and this video was of when she realized that I was actually there.
Yeah.
So she had no idea until after the whole ceremony and everything that I was there.
Look at Tana looking up.
So then this next picture is of when I moved out. So I moved out of my parents' place and I moved to Pocatello.
Okay, so this scout camp that he's been working at, that he worked at in 2010, he's been working at that every single summer this whole decade. In 2017 I worked there with him. And I hate camping, but he convinced me somehow.
It was great. And so this is actually her. This is a picture of her on a double-seater kayak. And it was just a picture that I took because I thought it was great. And so then this one was in Pocatello.
Yeah, it's at a park, and you don't like swinging.
I hate swinging. I made you take this picture. I hate swinging. They make me so sick.
So this is when I started Brigham Young University. I went to 1 semester here. I studied photography, and then I moved. Well, then I stopped going here because I just thought that I didn't like it. This is my first apartment that I ever got, and in this picture you can kind of see, maybe if you like zoom in or something, my eyes are like full of tears because like this is when my parents were leaving me and like going back home, and I was like my first time on my own, and I was like so scared, and I was like, okay, goodbye.
Didn't you have like 5 roommates?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I had 5 roommates. There's 6 of us.
That's crazy. The most roommates I've ever had was 3.
And then this is when I moved to Pocatello the year after in 2017. And Brysen already lived in Pocatello, and we lived in the same apartment complex and just in different buildings. And yeah, I went to Idaho State University for 1 semester, and I studied nursing. And
this was when she moved into that room.
Yeah.
That was the apartment we lived at, or she lived at.
Yeah, I was in the upstairs one. And then I moved So I went over to Brysen's house or Brysen's apartment all the time.
Yeah, if she wasn't at mine, I was at hers.
Yeah.
But we were usually at mine.
So when we had spring semester come around, and everyone was like either moving out or moving apartments or whatever, I asked the managers if I could move into his same building. So we actually had apartments right like across the little hall from each other. So that's what we're pointing to, is he lived in that one and I lived in that one.
Yeah, so like I would, you know, you'd open my front door and you'd be able to see her front door.
Yeah, it was better because then if I wanted to go hang out with him, just walk across instead of in the winter walking like
clear around the complex.
Which I mean, it still wasn't that far, but it just made it easier.
But then this next picture right here is when I actually proposed. So the plan originally, I don't know if we've ever been told this story.
I don't think so.
The plan originally was we were going to, so we went down to Utah to where my brother and his wife live. She had been wanting to take like just a couple pictures for like the longest time now. We never really took any like actual pictures other than just like selfies here and there. So she wanted to go out and actually get pictures taken. And my sister-in-law is really good at photography. And so we made the plan of, hey, let's go down to Utah. Brooke knows a lot of really cool places.
Brooke is his sister-in-law.
Yeah. And she'll take some pictures of us.
Yeah.
So we did that, and we went all the way up there, and Brooke knew the whole plan. She was totally in on it. In fact, I had given her the box with the ring in it the night before. I'd given Brooke that box so that I wouldn't have it in my pants pocket. Obviously, I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt, so if I've got this bulge in my pocket, she would know. And Brooke had her camera bag, all these places to hide it. So then we were just taking some last-minute photos. We had probably about an hour or two taking photos. And then she wanted us to face away from each other, right? And then
that's when I kind of like felt like something was happening.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You had no idea.
Because why would you do pictures like that?
People do it all the time. Anyways, we were gonna face away from each other and do some pictures. And so she made a list, a stand where she wanted to, and face away. And then she's like, okay, don't move from there. Just keep looking that way because that's exactly where I want you, right? So then I'm gonna go, then she's like, I'm gonna go get Brysen in the spot. So she comes around and gets me into my spot. But what she's actually doing is pulling the ring out of her bag and handing it to me. Took a couple of pictures like that, and then I got down on my knee. She was still facing away from me at the time. And so I get down on my knee, pull out the ring, and then Brooke says, okay, I'm done taking pictures, you can turn around now. And Allysa turns around, and there I am with the ring. So this was just some like candid pictures of that. Yep. But I still think, I thought that she was catching on to things, but after it was all said and done, I don't think you knew.
I have a little bit of
Yeah,
I did. This is this is one of our engagement session photos. It's from my Aunt Carrie. She does a lot of photography. And we went up to Utah again for this photo. We just love this photo. It's a huge canvas in our house. You've probably seen it.
We used to use this as our outro picture. So you guys have probably all seen this picture.
Yeah.
So then this next picture here.
Yeah, there's another picture.
This next picture, this was one of our original engagement announcement pictures. Her cousin, Allysa, took this picture.
Yeah, Alyssa's studying photography and just like trying to get into it. So she wanted us to model for her, and she went and had this girl do my makeup, and then we went and took pictures together.
Yeah, this was one of them. We got a lot of good pictures.
We got married.
So 2019, we got married. This in the background right here is just a bunch of raw footage of our wedding. It's just kind of, we had Jared, was his name, right? Mm-hmm. Was our videographer. And he didn't include a lot of this into our actual wedding video.
So this is just
a lot of other random stuff.
But yeah, our wedding was great. It took a lot of time to like plan it, like find where we want to do the wedding and like what colors, and the bridesmaids dresses were freaking so annoying to do.
She did most of everything.
Yeah.
I was just kind of there.
It was a lot of fun though. The day went perfect though.
Yeah.
There was one hiccup. We had an ice cream bar in our reception, and all the ice cream melted. But like, they fixed it right away. Like,
and we
only knew because my little sister, was it Bridget?
Yeah, it was Bridget.
She came up to me and she's like, "All your ice cream's melted." Why'd you tell me? Like,
yeah, we would not have even known if she hadn't have told us.
Yeah, it was good. My brother-in-law went and just got more ice cream,
and like the weather too. So it was an outdoor wedding, obviously, and the weather leading up to that day, the whole week or 2 weeks before was just awful weather, pouring rain every single day. And then the day of the wedding was fantastic.
It rained for 2 minutes, literally.
Not even.
Like, yeah, like
and we were underneath a tree taking pictures when it happened, so we didn't even realize that it was raining.
Yeah.
And then the week afterwards,
when we were on our honeymoon, it just rained.
All rain. So we got lucky with the one day in the whole month that it didn't rain. Was nice. The day that our wedding was.
Yeah. And then the day, so we got married. That night, we came back to Brysen's apartment that we live at right now.
Yeah, so I had moved into this apartment right here about a month before we got married.
So I lived with my parents for a month, and then he moved in here. So that night, we came back here, and then the next morning, we flew out, and this is our picture of our first flight together, and it's our first flight ever.
Yeah, both of our first
We've never flown before. This is our peanuts. We were excited. And we were going to Disney World, and we've both never been to Disney World, and it was a lot of fun.
And I don't even remember. I remember like 2 things of Disneyland when I went. That was like when I was 8. So
yeah, I obviously remember Disneyland. I went when I was pretty old. I went twice with my family, but I just love Disney, so that's where we decided to go.
And then I also taught Allysa how to paddleboard. Up at camp, I had learned how to paddleboard. Obviously, I learned everything at camp.
And this is the same place that we paddleboard. They just had a huge chair that we sat in.
Yeah, it was fun. Yep. This last picture here was...
It was a ride.
We were on a ride. I think it's one of those spinny rides where you can control your altitude.
Aladdin's flying carpets.
Yeah. So it's one of the ones that just spins around in circles. You can control how high or low you go.
We're wearing matching shirts.
That has been the past decade of our lives.
One of our goals, which we are going to accomplish, is we want to go to Hawaii this summer.
Yeah.
For our 1-year anniversary, so in June, we're going to Hawaii. Hopefully we'll be able to. I don't know why we wouldn't be able to. But we want to go to Hawaii, and then just other trips. It doesn't have to be like big trips. Maybe just go down to Utah and go snowboarding or something.
Another one is we are interested in looking into getting an actual house. Or at least getting the process started for it. Maybe, if it doesn't happen until late, we might not actually get a house until 2021. But we want to actually start looking into that. And
we also want to grow our channel a lot. We try to grow our channel. Yeah. We're not very good at it. But we still have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Like, we still like doing it.
But thank you guys for watching our video. Again, we're going to be trying to post more quality-based content. So keep an eye out for that. Put on your notifications. Subscribe.
If you're new.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
So, like I said in the beginning of this video, there is a reason why we haven't been posting. And part of it is just because we haven't really been doing much in the past few weeks.
Well, and it's been the holidays, so we've been kind of family and stuff.
But the main reason, YouTube is regulated by the FTC. They're changing some of their policies to make it so that content creators are more responsible for their audience, who's watching their videos, and they have to mark it as such. All content creators have to mark whether their video is meant for kids or not meant for kids. And if you're meant for kids, if you mark it as meant for kids, then your videos get buried into YouTube. People don't get notifications, people can't comment on your video, people can't search for your video. Marking it as not for kids, there's also some problems with that, because if you mark your video as not for kids, and this is where our fear came in, we were afraid to post. If you mark your video as not for kids, and the FTC or YouTube comes along and says, hey, this video is actually meant for kids, you can be fined $42,000 per video. We are very family friendly. We don't swear. We don't target our videos for children, but we know that children can watch our videos and can be entertained by our videos. Her little brothers love to watch our videos, and they're under the age of 13. So we were scared. We didn't know, is ours meant for kids? Is it not meant for kids? We don't think it's meant for kids, but if we mark it that way, then we could get punished. So we took a break from YouTube until things were more sorted out. And so just the other day, they updated their guidelines to a more explained versions of what their guidelines is. With their new guidelines, it fell into what we expected it to be like. We're not marked for kids. We feel comfortable in saying that we're not meant for kids. That was the reason why we stopped posting for a while. But we're back now, and I don't think we have anything to worry about. And so we're going to be continuing to make quality content, and hopefully we can grow our channel from even more from here.